Hello and welcome to our latest Lesflicks Live. Today I'm joined by a couple of my colleagues here at Lesflicks. I am not going to be doing today's interview for a change, which is exciting. Today our live Q&A is with Marie-Lou, who starred in Orange is the New Black. She is going to be interviewed by Sophie and Abeer, who I'm going to introduce in just a moment. There will be an opportunity for you to ask questions. That will come towards the end of the interview, but do, as the conversation goes on, if you've got any comments or questions, do post them in the chat on either Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. They will come through to us. We will collect them up, and at the end we will ask your questions. So without any further delay, I'm going to introduce you to my colleagues Sophie and Abeer, and they're going to introduce you to Marie, and we're going to start today's Q&A. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Naomi, and thank you everyone for joining us tonight. We'll be having an exclusive interview with Marie-Lou, and it's a great pleasure to have her on Lesflicks platform, especially that it will give us a chance to talk in depth about her character and her role in Orange is the New Black, and we will be talking as well about the future projects. Hello, Marie-Lou.
Hi. Hi, Abeer. Hi, Sophie. Hi, Naomi.
It's really awesome to have you with us here tonight.
Thank you for
with
having
the time
me.
difference and everything, it's just awesome to make it happen. Each one of us is in a different country, actually, and a different time zone.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're very excited. Marie-Lou, we will be talking about your role in Orange is the New Black, but let us start with some light, fun questions. What were you doing when you got the call that you actually got the role?
Oh, I was sleeping.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was sleeping, and I woke up and I had a lot of messages. So then I knew.
It's a good sign.
Yeah. It was a good start of the day.
Yeah, must have felt like a dream. Cool. And what was your reaction to this particular role and character? Like, what was your first impression?
To be honest, when I first read the description, I was like, "Fuck yes!" Like that was before getting the role. When I first read the description of the audition of the character. Yeah, especially that Orange is by itself a unique show, but also when I saw that I will be playing that specific character with little description in the beginning, was really exciting, and it gave me a rush to go ahead and study the scenes.
So it's talking about kind of studying the scenes and the character. What did you find the biggest challenge about this role was?
Playing it. Playing the role itself, not just as an actor playing the role, but also as a cultural overview and statements that you will make as an actor when you play this role. So you have to really believe in everything you're doing, because the role is really sensitive, and it has to be studied and played correctly in a way to give justice to all the different elements of the character.
Yeah.
And with all these challenges, how do you see yourself connected to the character?
In so many ways, I'm an Arab woman. I am also, even though I've lived in the States for a very long time, I'm connected to my roots through so many things that I do on a daily basis, through my family, through my mother. So I felt that this role, as from the roots, the ethnicity, of it. It represents the mother, the sister, the daughter from my ancestors, and I wanted to play that Arab love story in a way with the twist, with it being the way it is, with it being also traumatic in a way, with it being in a place and time where immigrants were going through all these difficulties with ICE. The time, the way the script was written, the time of it, when it was released, it connected with people deeply, because no matter where they came from, they were able to connect with the character on so many different levels. So, yeah.
So with that connection, and you mentioned it, like being an Arab and with connecting to your roots, what would you say the importance would be of that role as the only Arab in the show, in such a big show as well?
Mm-hmm. The importance comes from small details, the way she behaves, the way she portrays herself, the way she describes her uncle's dish, satellite dish. She kind of takes her lover Nikki on a journey with her to her culture, and her being herself, her being this woman who fled. Also, she loves her culture, but she didn't belong to a society that doesn't allow her to freely express her sexuality, and that made her a strong, expressive woman, and also closed off in some situations because of her FGM, because of all these different things that were accumulating in her life. Having this love story, having this led her to open up more, and about the dreams also that she had as a child, and she's expressing them to her lover. So yeah.
So it was a very deep and kind of connected role that you had.
Yeah, and also coming, sorry to interrupt, but coming from like growing up in the Arab world, in countries that don't really have, you don't know like the future, what the future holds. You don't feel like you can have a safe place all the time. So as children, we all had these moments where we would dream of how we would imagine our life to be, where we would express ourselves in our own zone, within our circle of friends, or in our rooms, because we could not really express so much in school, or so in these small details, I connect with the character so much.
It's really interesting. And you've mentioned things about like your roots linking to the character, and how it's been perceived outside. What has kind of the general reaction been to the character and the story that you told through them?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Yeah, sure. So what was kind of the reaction that you've received from playing this character and the story that you told?
I got reactions from people from all over the world that either connected with the character's sexuality and them not being able to express their sexuality freely within their families or their social system, but also with the immigration part. Women from Mexico were sending me messages about how ICE would treat them. So it was a global series of reactions that the character got.
So building on these kind of reactions, I'm interested to know, if you could go back and play this role again, would you do anything differently?
Oof. I can always. I think by changing like small notions and psychological ideas and things, I can definitely play the role in different ways. Even with small things like knowing the show or not knowing the show can change the way I would have played the character. Or knowing my story from the beginning to the end, like having the whole script from the beginning would change. But to be specific, I think Shawnee was played the way she should have been played at the time, and yeah.
And we loved her. Marie-Lou, this role highlights, obviously, like you said earlier, the topic of FGM, and it highlights it nicely. Like it talked about it in depth, the meaning of FGM, and you even highlighted the suffer and what people or women actually go through when they are facing FGM. So how does playing such a role help in increasing awareness, in your opinion? And if you noticed, even after playing that, if it made any difference in that topic?
Art has a huge impact on societies. It can even change generations and create revolutions. So this by itself is a change. Playing this role, making people feel with this woman makes a change and makes them think about FGM, makes them aware of it, even if it doesn't touch them personally or doesn't touch anyone from their immediate circle. So this by itself creates a change, creates a difference. I've seen it, I've noticed it through social media. I've got messages about people not even knowing what it means, what it meant. And now they do know that. So even with the small change of knowing what it means to another woman to be an FGM survivor, is by itself awareness. And then we can take it a step further to action, because we can talk about something, but art takes it to action. I believe that when generations feel, and especially the new generation, they will always want to take action towards changing practices that have been around for so long.
Yeah,
Definitely.
No, that's true. Yeah.
And on the topic of action, are you working on anything else related to FGM or anything at the moment?
Right now, I don't have something. I'm not working on something specific, but I feel that I have a responsibility towards that issue. Not just because I played the role of Shani. When I went to Ethiopia and I witnessed directly the effects, the psychological and physical and biological effects, I feel that I have a responsibility, since I have a voice in that topic, and I feel confident enough that I know of it in depth now. So I will be working more as things come up towards that specific topic and other topics that are directed towards gender-based violence. And so many things keep coming up around me, that because I do believe strongly that art creates change, that art is made consciously towards making people aware of certain things that we know of, but we don't pay attention to, or we don't take in consideration, because we go on with our lives and forget about these things that touch us or touch people who are close to us, or have been present in the past and we haven't really spoke about them.
No, that's really amazing and inspiring, Marie-Lou. And like you said, art is indeed a way to create change and to make change. And even through Lesflicks platform, we are trying our best to bring out the voices of the community and the people and the artists, filmmakers, and everyone, so we could just send across different messages through different art forms, let's say. Sophie.
So we heard that you're kind of working on a passion project at the moment. Can you tell us any more about that, or is it strictly confidential?
I can't get in depth, but I can say that it's. I like surprises. I want to surprise you again. But I'm now more on the production side. So, which I will still act, because I want to act in the things I produce.
Of course.
But we're working on multiple projects that are passion projects, because we the team chose to work on these specific topics, and I'm really excited about them, because the team is really strongly connected together, and they have a passion for filmmaking, for art, and we are always collaborating. So now my platform is open for people to reach out and pitch their ideas, and we can collaborate, because this is the world we live in, and it's all about human interaction and collaboration. So that's what we're doing now.
Yeah, true. And speaking of artists, Marie-Lou,
yes,
since you love acting and artists, if you could go back and play one of other characters in Orange is the New Black show, who would it be and why?
Nikki.
Why is that then?
I like her. I strongly like the character evolvement throughout the series. She kind of keeps the same identity, but she changes a lot, and I like that. I read also.
Yeah.
Or maybe I can play also one of the guards. I'm just for the
fun of the role.
Yeah. Because I think when you play that guard person, that you come back to life and you're genuinely just a better person, I think.
Especially after seeing their role.
So kind of going on to a different note, what would you say the weirdest thing a fan has ever done for you, or the strangest thing you've ever seen happen?
I was going grocery shopping next to my house in Brooklyn, and I was wearing a hat and glasses, and this woman, it was really hot day, and I'm just running around, and this woman comes up to me and she said, "Where's Vanderbilt Avenue?" And I was like, "Okay, so you go here." And then she was like, "Wait, are you an actress?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she was like, "Your voice." And Shawnee. And then I took off my glasses and I was like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "Oh, amazing." But like that moment of the voice, your voice.
It was the biggest mark.
Giveaway.
Well, since we're talking about fans, yeah.
I strongly believe that an actor's voice is such a strong element of the character.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's true. Yeah. And like, since we're talking about fans, were you a fan of the show before you were on season 7?
So I didn't watch the show constantly because I was in New York working all the time and training, so I didn't have a television. But I strongly knew about the show, and I was fan of what the show created among people, among communities that are represented for the first time on television. Through my cousins in Sydney, through my best friend, and even seeing people just writing "Orange is the new black," right and left, and dressing up like inmates, and because really now there's a lot of shows that created that same scheme of inmates in prison, and Orange was the first one to start Netflix with that script that is challenging because it's highlighting the worst problems and that women can face in a dark way, but also in a funny way. So that was like the smart writing of the show.
No, you're absolutely right. And especially like while showing and while playing Orange is the New Black, and we were all watching, and we noticed that whatever was going on around the world, it was reflected around the same time in the show, which was amazing. And it got everyone talking as well.
Yeah. And until it was time to have an Arab character on the show.
Yeah. That brought definitely a different flavor, and it was really nice, especially that it highlighted exactly the topic of FGM. As we can see the comment from Diana.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about we start taking some comments and questions from the fans and the audience?
Yeah. So we've got this one from Caroline. She asked, "What inspired you to get into acting?"
It was a long journey because I was studying something completely different. But as a child, I was always acting, and as an adult, I had a real death experience where I changed a lot, and I decided to pursue my vision that I saw, and it was pursuing acting. So left everything behind and did that.
On to the next question. This is in French, I'm assuming. Can you read
Español.
it? I can't.
It's Español.
Oh, wow.
¿Cómo fue? ¿Cómo fue tu experiencia en Orange? Increíble, porque ahora tengo fans como tú y como otras.
And I did not understand that. Okay.
We've got another one here. How challenging is it to bring a character to life?
It's challenging depending on the character, but in general, it is really challenging because you have to keep on working on acting, even if you don't have a specific character, even if you don't have a script in front of you, you have to keep on evolving as an actor by different ways, studying people's body languages, training your voice, until a specific character comes to place. And usually the characters are aligned with your what you're manifesting on your daily life. So you have to get to a point where you talk like the character, you study them in their micro ways of being, to move like the character, to feel like the character in order for the audience to also feel. Yeah, so it's pretty challenging but fun.
And on to the next one we have from Sophie. Was there anything you filmed that didn't make it to screen that you can tell us about? Is there anything?
even the fridge scene was A to Z on screen.
So we've seen it all?
In the fridge scene.
So we've seen it all.
Yeah, you've seen it all.
And we've got another one.
Yeah.
I think some behind the scenes would have been fun. But
Maybe another episode.
maybe.
And then we've got another one from Sophie. She says, did you have a big fangirl moment with any of the actors on set?
No, because I didn't watch the show constantly. So
You were cool, calm, and collected as soon as you got there.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got another question for you to read. Here you go.
Excelente, Shani. ¿Qué personaje mexicano te gustaría interpretar? ¿Qué personaje mexicano en la serie o personaje mexicano en general? No sé, ayúdame, por favor.
I wish I could help with that question.
This one here.
More. Yeah.
What role would you love to play?
I think it's a joint to because the question was what Mexican role. Was there a Mexican character in Orange?
I'm trying to remember.
I think that was what I didn't understand the question, because I don't think there was a Mexican character.
I'm not sure.
Okay, what role? Frida, Maria. Oh, gracias. Ahora. Okay. Frida, sí. Wow. Salma Hayek played Frida before. And then the other question, what role you would have loved to play in general, right? What role would you love to play?
Yeah.
A lot, really. It's hard for me. I'm very selfish like this. But I really would like to play a timepiece role.
Interesting. And we have another question coming from Naomi. If you could be on any lesbian film or TV series, what would it be? Is there anyone you would like to act alongside?
Nice question. There was I'm really bad with names, but there was a beautiful film that I watched about. It was in black and white, about a real love story that happened in the. So it's a timepiece in the like 60s, 70s, around that time, I think, and it was a beautiful film. So I would have liked to play that love story. I think one of the women had to shave her head and act like she's the man. In front of the people of the village, and they had to go through a lot of difficulties at the time. So that was a powerful film. If there anyone you would like to act alongside? There's a lot of beautiful women I would like to act alongside.
Yeah, your reaction made it seem like there's a list. So we'll keep it to the list, no mentioning names.
I just can't think on spot with names. It's difficult for me to say names.
So yeah, we got this one. What was your best moment or memory from the show?
The best moment memory. The best moment was when Diego, the director, came to me and he said, this is your last scene so on the show. So this is it. This is the end. What would you like to end it with to the audience? And it was the scene when Shawnee had to face her parents when they found out that she's lesbian, and they told her that we're not going to kill you, but we cannot secure that your family, the other family members won't kill you. So that was a very powerful scene between daughter and father. So I truly, genuinely just gave it everything when he told me that. So it was a nice moment because also I could feel, and everyone on set was crying when we wrapped the scene, and it was the end.
It was a really powerful moment for you.
Yeah, it's later on when people started writing about the show, about the character, and that scene is really critical because it is something that happens whether it's that same setting or other settings that women had to go through, and just also men and people had to go through when they are not accepted the way they are in the society where they belong to.
Yeah. And on to the next question we have: how is this character like you, different or somehow similar?
She has a lot from me because I created her, so I made sure that she's romantic, and she loves love. So that's what she was introducing to Nikki. In a way, because Nikki was always used to relationships where women come in her life and just like bang them and go, and then Shani comes and she's like, no, you have to really love me. We want to have conversations and dreams, and so I had so much fun in that part, but I also had fun in the moments where Shani creates walls. When she doesn't trust somebody, when people just talk to her in a way, she's like aggressive towards what she wants. So these are bits and pieces where I put myself into the character, but also in general we're different, also in so many ways. So and that's what made her fun to play. And also, made her inspiring for the writers to write, because we kind of did it together. Myself and the writers, there's this melange where we inspire each other to write for the specific character.
That's
So this is an interesting question that I'd like to know the answer to myself. Do you think not watching the show beforehand was helpful for you?
That's a good one.
Yeah, it was because I had the choice to watch it while I was working on it, and I chose not to because I didn't want to get influenced by the other characters and to have a preconceived ideas of how I want to play the character, or be biased about characters that I liked throughout the show. So I chose not to watch it, and that really helped me play the character genuinely. Because for Shawnee, it's her first time entering that place and having these relationships, these new relationships for her. So yeah.
And did you get any backlash for the role you played? If yes, how did you deal with it?
Of course.
The least to say.
With a smile, because if whatever a role makes people feel, if they make them feel something, it's then their choice how they want to react. So if they would like to react in a negative way, that's their choice. And if they want to react in a positive way, that's their choice. But my job was to create this role and this revolutionary role.
Yeah.
So they made them feel that's the point.
Well, we must say you played it nicely. So yeah. This is a comment you have to show. You're going through the questions. Let's see another one. Sophie?
Gracias.
So I've got this one.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite movie or director?
I don't have one favorite. I'd like to work with a lot. Again, it's really hard for me to say a name of one because I can even I'm always learning too. So if I watch something now and I like the director, I would like to research them and know them more. And I love the directors I'm working with now. I like Alejandro Jodorowsky a lot. Yeah.
And this one is again for you to read.
¿Cuál fue para ti la escena de Shani que más te exigió como actriz? La escena de la confesión con Nikki, de FGM, de la historia, de la memoria con su madre, de FGM.
Just want to make sure we go through all the comments and questions from the audience. I think we have we have this one. How long did it take you to prepare for the character of Shawnee?
I was ready.
Nice.
What is your inspiration?
Yeah.
A lot of actors and my family is my biggest inspiration. Tony Shalhoub, a dear friend and amazing actor, is my inspiration. Also my sister. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so someone is trying to type in comments there. For some reason, they can't on YouTube, so they're sending me some of the questions that they want me to ask you. This is from Rawan. She's asking if you can act in different accents.
I've been told that my accent now is different than the accent of Shawnee. Also, I've been told this. People gave me that comment that my accent is not very similar to Shawnee's accent. I am always learning, so I cannot say that I'm confident about the American accent to act in right now at this specific moment. I can act in multiple languages: French, Spanish, English, Arabic.
Nice.
I can play with accents too.
That's awesome. And okay, another question as well is, how did acting influence your relationships with people around you?
It just makes me empathize with people's behaviors more, because I get to understand them on a level where I know why they're acting a certain way. So it definitely made my relationships easier, because I could connect with so many different types of people from so many different backgrounds. I can read the room easier, but it's they complement each other. So it's not, I think I'm an actress because I have this already, but then acting complements it, and both of them together complement each other and make each other stronger.
Yeah.
Because also to become a better actress, you have to understand people more. And then when you act more, you become more able to understand people. So it's both, hand in hand.
Yeah.
So we've got this interesting question here.
Yeah.
What is your spirit animal?
Can Sophie and Abeer guess, since we've had this 40-minute conversation now?
Interesting. So I'm going to ask you, what do you think?
There's no right and wrong here.
Are you sure? Sophie, do you want to guess first?
The spirit animal.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with you might take it in the wrong way, but I'm going to go with a cheetah. Cheetah.
I'm not going to take anything personal.
Yeah. Well, I've got someone telling me to say owl.
An owl.
Oh, yeah. Owl. Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to stick to their answer.
So you have a cheetah and an owl. What would?
Or a tiger.
Or a tiger.
Oh, I like them all. They say
not even close, I have a feeling. Close enough, close enough. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I think this is for me. Yes, Abeer is Arab too. Yes, Abeer or Abi. Yeah. Okay, this is an interesting one. what famous person, living or dead, would you like to have as a dinner guest?
Oh my God.
I don't know. How?
I should have, you know what? I should have prepared myself to just activate the names or have a list of names.
Have them ready.
Have them ready or something, or like use my phone to remember it, because really, when you put me on spot, I can't remember numbers or names. Let's say Salma Hayek, because I think we'll have so much fun.
I was gonna say, after you have that dinner, make sure to tell her I want to have that dinner too, please.
I'll tell her what?
After you have that dinner with Salma Hayek, make sure you tell her I want to have that dinner too.
Okay, amazing. Oh, we'll go together.
Oh, even better.
Okay, so they're saying there's the character. There is a Mexican character in Orange. It's Flaca, actually. Flaca Marisol Gonzalez is the Mexican character in Orange. Is the new plan. What's the weirdest question? Oh my God, so many weird questions. Specifically from that role. How do you feel kissing Nikki? That's not the weirdest question. That's the most famous question. The most famous.
Oh, okay. Do you want to answer that? Now that you're, live. Let's see if we have more. I just want to make sure we don't skip anything of the questions from the audience. Sophie, do you find anything that we did not cover?
Just having a look. I think we've answered all of them that I can see.
We have this one. I'm not sure we answered that, right? Okay, how have you been dealing with the lockdown?
Trying to stay sane. By being creative, mostly. Yeah.
Let's see. So I think that's it in terms of questions.
Yeah, so we have one final question we prepared for you, and it's lockdown related, luckily. So obviously, since COVID is the main topic everybody's talking about at the moment, if you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go and why?
I'm also selfish. What did you say, Abeer?
Saying drum roll?
I would go to a beach in Mexico. Yeah.
Nice. And I think we're getting more questions.
You got me to be very specific in my answer, but I have a lot of places I want to go to too.
So this is again free.
Alguna anécdota divertida que hayas tenido grabando tus escenas. Sí, tengo una. In the fridge, because at some point I wanted to understand it. It's funny. At some point they see when Nikki and Shani are making out and they see red in the corner, doing because they didn't notice that she's there, but she is there. And then Nikki noticed her. We were laughing a lot between those moments because we see her there, but then we pretend that we're not seeing her, but then Nikki sees her. And then she's like, she has Alzheimer's, so she's saying all these different things. And so, yeah, that was a moment, a funny moment.
And here's this one.
Hola, ¿te gustaría venir a México? ¿Y qué lugar te gustaría conocer? Yo digo en un momento que quiero ir a México, a la playa. No sé exactamente cuál lugar, pero quiero ir también a Guadalajara y Mérida. En el pasado fue a la Ciudad de México solamente, pero sí, quiero viajar en México. Me gustaría. Now everyone's going to ask me questions about Salma Hayek.
Yeah. Now be ready.
I speak English, Arabic, and French, and Spanish. What's my favorite Salma Hayek movie? Frida, since I'm gonna play Frida too in the future. I'm late to the party, sorry. Welcome to the party, it's never too late. I like the film. I like the film when she shows up and she dances for people, and she's wearing. She has like fire around her, and she's wearing. I don't remember the names, but yeah.
That's a nice question.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice to do that, like changing of habits, being conscious of the preparation of the character, and even if I go a lot towards method acting and really embodying the character, I try to always consciously in my head disconnect my life from the character by meditating, by moving my body, exercise, breathing techniques, multiple practices to really step out when I need to, because it's not healthy to take it home. Yeah, especially if it's a dark character, and it triggers a lot of memories and a lot of work on the subconscious, and a lot of psychological thoughts and overthinking. So it's important to have a healthy approach. Yeah, even when you go crazy, because I love to go crazy in my characters, and just go all out. But it's important to do that with maturity, and yeah.
And we have one question. I received it here, and a request. The question says, this is from Fatin. She's saying, she's asking if you're dating now, and the request is, she's asking you if you can say anything in Arabic to the audience.
Oh, actually, this is the weirdest question. I forgot about this question. Are you dating a woman or a man? Are you dating a child? بحبكن كتير.
Well, we love you too, Marie-Lou, and I think that's it for the comments. comments and the questions. Sophie, I don't know, do you see anything that I haven't seen or covered from the comments or the questions?
Yeah, we've had some more come in. I'm conscious of the time. I don't want to be taking up too much of anybody's time.
It's funny, because the fun comes later on, starts coming on later
on. We started on a serious note and deep questions, and now it's just getting more fun and fun. No, it's really nice how everyone is engaged as well, and they're all sending out these nice and fun comments and questions. But yeah. So
a cat, if I'm not allergic. So yeah.
Okay. I think we're cool with the comments and questions. This is nice to highlight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lena. Well, I think that's a wrap. So thank you very much, Marie-Lou, for joining us tonight. This was a really interesting and a fun conversation. And thank you, everyone who's watching us and everyone who sent these awesome
Naomi.
Questions and comments. And Naomi, welcome back.
We can't hear you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining this live Q&A. It's been really interesting to see. Oh, do you want to answer that question? Go for it.
Yeah, I want to. The beach side on the north and the south is my favorite, and the Bekaa Valley where my family is from.
Nice.
Excellent. Thank you so much for answering our questions, for sharing what you've been up to, and thank you everyone who's watched this Q&A and submitted their questions. Thank you so much everyone for just supporting queer content as well. It's really important that if you see stuff that you talk about it, you share it with your friends. Lesbian, bi, queer women's content just doesn't get the same exposure and marketing, but we all have this social media presence. We have this reach to our friends. And so by sharing these things, sharing what you're watching, the things you find is really how content gets more viewers. And when we get more viewers, we're seen and taken seriously as an audience. So do realize that everyone watching, you all have a voice and you have the power to make things go much further. So it's really important to kind of share these things when you find them. So thank you everyone for supporting queer content. Thank you for joining in this conversation. Do check out lesflicks.com for other events we're doing, and obviously our streaming platform for watching lots of really underrepresented voices and stories that really reflect our day-to-day life. And we look forward to seeing everyone at our next event. But thank you very much, Marie-Lou. Thank you, Sophie and Abeer, for hosting as well. It's been very different behind the scenes, but it's been very enjoyable. So we're going to play you out, everyone, by playing our trailer for the Lesflicks Video On Demand trailer platform, and we will see you all soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Want a quick and easy way to watch some of the best lesbian, bisexual, and queer films out there?
All I can do is think about the next time that you're going to touch me.
With access to feature films, shorts, and web series?
I do.
Then Lesflicks is the place for you.
No way.
This looks like a great space.
For a low monthly cost, you can watch some amazing oldies.
So you can't talk about your problems while I'm naked?
It is a distraction.
Somebody's having a bad day. And catch some great new content, all while supporting the artists directly.
I am utterly speechless.
After all, who doesn't love women loving women?
Soy enamorada.
Start your free trial today and enter a world made for you.
Come on. You know you want to.
Me too. I'm out of here.